Hey, today we're going to be doing Buzzards Roost and Hall Mountain Fire Tower on Stone Mountain Trail, which is that, believe it or not, right off the side of the road. We're on Hartford Road right now off I-40, and this will be about probably a 9-mile day round trip up to the Roost and to the fire tower. And I would say this trail is not exactly a trail, but we'll show you what it looks like. All right, so the first little bit, super steep. We're basically hiking right up the side of the mountain here. I know it's hard to tell, but basically going straight up. There's definitely no easing into this trail. Got a really steep incline right off the bat. All right, we're at about mile 0.4, and we're pretty much hiking right above I-40 right now. That's our off trail of the off trail. Oh yeah, this is a cool spot. All right, we're at about half a mile up, going through a pine grove here. It's leveled out a little bit and kind of thinned out. Got some views, partial views. All right, so we just hit a little over a mile and we're getting close to Buzzards Roost, but you have a really steep ascent coming up. I'll try to get a video of that. But it's been a really pleasant walk, kind of between the half mile and mile mark, but it's about to get super steep right here. It's straight uphill. We're getting there. All right, we leveled out a little bit, so we're getting pretty close to the overlook. But we got some nice golds up here. We have gained 300 feet in 1/10 of a mile. That's pretty crazy. Well, here we go again. This should be the last little climb up to the overlook. Kind of climbing straight up this rock face right here. And we're gonna come out right up there. But it is super steep. All right, we're at 1.3. You got a good overlook right here. We just climbed up the really steep stretch right there with the steps. All right, I think we finally made it up to the top. And Buzzards Roost is going to be to the right. And then once we check that out, we're going to continue that way towards Hall Mountain. Alright, made it to Buzzards Roost. And we'll come back a little later when the lighting's a little better. So we just gained, coming up here, almost 500 feet in a little over a quarter mile. So that's how steep that climb is on the way up. But it's worth it.
So much.
All right, this is where we came up from the road, and Buzzards Roost back that way. So we're gonna keep on Stone Mountain Trail towards Hall Mountain, which will probably be, we're at 1.5 miles right now. Probably got another 3.5-ish to the fire tower. Got some good color up on the ridge line.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about 3 1/4 in, and we're gonna take this trail to Hall Top Tower. Got about 2 miles to go from here. Got some nice ridge line hiking right here. So before that junction, we were on an old Jeep road, just super wide, really easy hike. You can definitely tell this is not as well traveled. A little overgrown, you can still see the trail pretty well, but definitely a little harder to follow. We're at 4 1/4 total, and we are right on the edge of the ridge here. You can't really see great, but you got good partial views. Trail's gotten really overgrown, lots of blowdowns. Oh man, that was close. That's a big blowdown. Got us a random roto tunnel. Not really much water. A good color through here. It's about 3,500 feet right now. We're at 5 1/4 and just about to hit the Jeep road. But we got an old cemetery. Alright, so right past the cemetery, we have come out to the Jeep road. We're going to go to the left, maybe about 1/10 of a mile, and we should hit the fire tower. Alright, we just made it to the top of Hall Mountain. And we have this old fire tower up here. And they took off about the first 8 or 10 steps. We're gonna see if we can still climb it. A really good view from the top.
Right. Because if I start bleeding, oh wow.
A little rickety.
Still tell Jordan.
Well, it's gonna be on YouTube. Alright, here we go. Oh, we got steps now. Well, launch out right there. Great day for wind. Great views today though. A little breezy up here. Really good views though. You got Mount Sterling straight ahead. That's Mount Sterling. And then this is Mount Camera. And then starting here on camera, you're looking at the Smoky's Crest, which is where the Appalachian Trail runs. And then this is Old Black, over 6,000 feet. And Gio, one of those is Mount Gio, I think, over here to the right of Old Black. Over here somewhere. And then I don't know if way in the very back you can see Mount LeConte right there. See, that's when I did it too, and it was actually easier because it was iced over and I had my spikes on. Yeah. Hey, can I toss that to you?
Oh yeah. Sheer volume of beer cans over here.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, oh my gosh, do people go up there and drink beer? I couldn't think of a worse idea.
Sounds like a pretty good time, honestly. Yeah, that rail is so sketch.
Yeah.
Made it. Made it back to Buzzards Roost. Got great views today. I'll take a peek at this rock outcrop real fast. Super steep. This stretch right at Buzzards Roost coming down is so steep. We gained, I think, 400 feet in like less than a quarter mile. All right, we're coming to the end of the trail. You can see the road down there. We're finishing up this last steep section. I tell you, some stretches on here are crazy steep. All right, we're coming out at the end of Stone Mountain Trail. Back on the road here. So to Buzzards Roost ended up being probably a mile and a half up to Buzzards Roost, so 3 miles round trip if you do that. To Hall Mountain Fire Tower actually ended up being 5.5 miles to the fire tower. So we ended with 11 miles today and got about 3,300 feet elevation gain. So pretty tough day, to be honest. A lot of elevation, a lot of steep stretches, but it was a good day. And then once you're done, hang out by the river. Just kind of sit and enjoy. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and reach out if you have questions about the trail or the hike or how to get to the trailhead, and I can help you out with that.